As an atheist, I'm often faced with this criticism from Christians. They say, Frank, you just don't want to believe in God. You know He's real, but you don't want to admit it because you don't want to let go of your sin. According to them, we atheists are just so tied to our sin that we just won't accept that God is real. We won't acknowledge that your God is real because we just can't let go of our lifestyles. You're not really an atheist, they might say, or they might say there's no such thing as an atheist. Atheists are just people who refuse to accept what they know is true deep down in their hearts because they don't want to let go of their sin. This criticism is so ridiculous on so many levels that I never even know where to begin. I'm often left speechless. Should I talk about how arrogant it is, how condescending, how rude? I don't really know where to go with it because it's such a completely ridiculous claim. Let's start with this. Let's turn this around on you. What about Vishnu, the Hindu god Vishnu? Hundreds of millions of people in the world believe in Vishnu, but you don't. Now, why is that? Why don't you believe in Vishnu? Is it because you just refuse to acknowledge it? You refuse to let yourself accept that Vishnu is real because you're just too tied to your sinful ways to deal with becoming a Hindu? Is that the reason? Or is it simply that you don't think Vishnu exists? You may have heard the claim, but you don't think so. You think the author of the Vedas was simply incorrect or lying or perhaps attempting to write fiction, but you just don't believe in Vishnu. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you don't give us, and I'm going to assume it's the latter. I'm going to assume that you simply don't believe Vishnu exists, despite having heard the claim. You're simply not convinced by the evidence. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I will assume that you're a good person, and you may even respect Hindu morals. You may even live by many Hindu morals, but you simply remain unconvinced of the Vishnu claim. I'm going to make that assumption. Here's the central problem. This criticism blurs a distinction between desire and belief. These are two different things. What I believe is what I think is true. It's not what I want to be true, or what I wish was true, or what I hope is true. It's what I actually think is true. That has nothing to do with what I want. There are plenty of things that I want to believe. A lot of things I want to believe, but I don't. Let me give you some examples here. I want to believe that $1 million in cash just spontaneously appeared in my kitchen, but I don't, so it's not a belief. I'd like to believe that I'll be hired as a CEO of a Fortune 500 company sometime within the next 20 minutes, despite not having any qualifications to do the job and the fact that I am not currently talking to any Fortune 500 companies. I would like to believe that. I would like to believe that every time people reject me for dates, it's because they're intimidated by how tall and attractive I am. That's what I would like to believe. All these things would make me feel better. I would feel nicer if all these things were true. But I don't think so. A critical analysis of the evidence in each case yields a different conclusion. It's not up to me what I believe. I can't just decide what I believe. I am, as Sam Harris put it, a slave to the evidence. So, regardless of what makes me feel better, I have certain beliefs based on evidence. It's what I just think is true, what I happen to think is true, and it's beyond my control. Here are examples of things I believe, regardless of my desire. I will not find $1 million in my kitchen next time I walk in there. I will not be hired as a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and I will not be a swimsuit model. I could like to believe any of these, but that's not going to make them true, and I know that's not going to make them true. See, I know that the universe doesn't give a crap about what I want. And here's the last example I'll give. I believe that at the moment of my death, My self-awareness and sentience, the person that I am, will die along with my brain. That's just what I believe, because that's what the available evidence leads me to believe. What I want is completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with it. You could want to live forever. That's not going to make it true. So I believe what I believe based on evidence. I don't think the universe gives a crap what I want to be true, and what I want and what I believe are two completely and totally different things. Changing my belief requires evidence. Thank you.